Hey guys, what is up? Okay, so I got a download for you. Your mind, your words have to match up, okay? Anything that you say out your mouth is energy. Like the words you speak is energy. It's something that cannot be controlled. I don't care what you believe in, when you are. I don't care who, what, when, I don't care how old you are. It doesn't matter. It's one of the things, a part of life that you just cannot control. Just like the grass growing, you can't control that. You don't got to water it or nothing to just grow, right? That's the same thing how it is with energy. Your thoughts and your words have to match up because anything you think and speak, you're putting that intention out in the world. You know what I'm saying? So let me give you an example. You could go to a job interview and in your mouth, out your mouth, you're like, okay, I'm gonna say some affirmations. I got the job, the interview, you're speaking it into yourself, but your thoughts in your head, you're saying, it's not gonna work. You're canceling out all that positive energy that you're trying to put out. You're automatically canceling it out with your thoughts. Your thoughts and your words have to match and align, and that is so hard sometimes because we're human. Just like I told y'all when I first started meditation, letting your mind go, and I've learned there's many different ways to meditate, and people go into meditative states doing different things. Some people go into a meditative state when they're cleaning, some people working out, some people need stillness, quietness, some people before they go to sleep, some people, I can go on. Like, it is what it is. It's just a natural thing for different people, different strokes, different folks. However, the way energy works when you're speaking things and thinking things is all the same, whether you are speaking and thinking positive or negative. It's going to weigh the same impact. So just as well as you feel like your positive affirmations and the positive things you're thinking, speaking, and moving with intent about, it's the same for negative. When you're speaking negative and thinking negative, you're putting out that negativity. Whether you believe in it or not, it's still spell work. Whether you want to accept it or not, it's still spell work. It doesn't matter. Whether you're into spirituality or not, it's still spell work. Like I said, just like the grass growing, whether you want your grass to grow fast back in a week or two, but you can't control how fast your grass grows, it's just gonna grow. It's a natural part of life, just like the words you speak and it being energy and it being something that's put out to the world. Now, we are in 2025, things are changing very, very, very fast. So I see a lot more people are starting to accept and understand it, Y'all know scientists and everybody always try to give you excuse for everything about this and that, but even when it comes to energy, you can look it up and, read about it. That's why I always say look it up and read about it. You don't have to take it from me, because I don't know everything. I'm not a genius. I just deliver the messages or the downloads that are laid upon me to deliver, and I also look up stuff myself. Now, Google it. Google up about words, spell work, and the intent. Look it up. Once you start looking stuff up for yourself, you might get a little curious and read a little bit more into it. Sometimes it takes you to look something up. Now, don't go looking it up, start doing weird stuff, because understand, I'm going to put y'all up on game about this too. The words you speak over yourself outweighs words that anybody else can speak to you, because I know once you start looking up stuff like that, people get a little weird and start doing crazy stuff. But don't forget, your words and your thoughts got to be aligned, whether you're speaking it over yourself or anybody else. But nobody can speak nothing over you that you don't allow. You have to keep your own self up 10 or 20 about you. Protect you. And it might explain some things to you. That's what I'm hoping. That's why I like to get it out there and make sure people know about it, so they could understand life, what's going on around you, and hopefully grab it by the bullhead and take control. I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to actually enjoy life, not just say it, feel it, mean it, walk it. Like, it's free to enjoy life, It's very, very much so free. I mean, of course, everybody wants to live whatever type of life they want to live, and that will come. But first, you have to master the art of you, your emotions, and then you will be a force to be reckoned with. And whatever career you want, whatever goals you want, whatever you choose to go after, you will be a force to be reckoned with. You just gotta understand. You gotta know it, feel it, taste it, feel it. You know what I'm saying? Know that you can have and be and do whatever you want. And it's so good if you put it in your kids now, because they will have a leg up in the game. They will be able to start in a position where you didn't get to start. Everything we do as humans, especially as parents, you do it so your kids don't have to go through it. You do it so your kids don't have to face the same things you face. And that is called breaking the generational curses. But it's work, It's a lot of work. However, it's like the love for your kids, it will definitely put you in a position where you are going to put in that work. And if you do things the right, honest way, then it's a solid foundation. And y'all know, the solid foundation cannot be torn down. Anything on a faulty foundation will. Anything you obtain or get through, toxic, backhanded ways, then it never lasts. And understand, you can't hide nothing from God. You can't hide confirmation, nothing from spirit. You cannot hide. You might feel like you're getting away with it for a little bit, but understand what I said about those full circles. Those full circles will come around. And when they do, y'all gotta understand, you gotta know how to take accountability. And with confirmation, spiritual work, you know how to take accountability now. Don't be like, oh my God, I wonder why. Knowing that you was out there putting all that juju and foo-foo and funky feet all up in the air for everybody else. Knowing that you was backwards, twisted, doing everything through the back door. And then expecting to have blessings. Or you surprised when all that stuff you put out in the air is back at your front door. Now, that don't mean that you are going to be going through bad stuff forever. And that don't mean that you just got to stand up and take it. Because we all do. Ain't nobody perfect. We all done got karma before. You got to stand up and eat it. And then you start over. And then you start on a better foundation. You learn your lessons. Like, I ain't going to do that again. And you keep it moving. Can't be bitter, can't be mad, can't be angry, because that keeps you in that same circle of karma. Remember, your thoughts and the words you put out, that is going to affect what you got going on around. But remember, because when you going through it, our mind and our mouth get a little crazy. And don't forget, you are speaking that back into the world. So it just keeps the circle going on. So even when things seem like it's hard and things are bad, you just speak into yourself like, I'm going to get through this. I got this. I got this. I already know why this is happening to me. I already know what I did. I got to accept my consequences, but I'm going to make it through it. I got this. You start praying, repent, and do what you got to do. Like, trust me, pay attention to synchronicities, like angel numbers. I might start helping with that too, like 111, 222, 333. So I can start putting some of those out in the air, so y'all can start looking them up and understand. Like, you might go to the store, your total might be $1.11, right? You might drive past a billboard. It might say 111 something, You know what I'm saying? You might see a pair of shoes on sale. The price tag 111. You know, it happens. I'm telling y'all, it might be $2.22. And then you might see the gas tank, $2.22, $3.33. You know, you might see that all day long. And if you do, start looking it up and seeing, what is God trying to tell me? Or spirit, ancestors, universe, whatever you want, a higher power, don't matter, whatever you want to say. I say God because, you know, God is my father, period. Okay? But I believe in ancestors and spirits and all that. I always got to tell y'all that. Okay? But thanks for listening to my little spiel about energy. And don't forget to look it up. If you don't believe what I'm saying, look it up. Hopefully that'll help you redirect some of that energy that you are putting out when you're mad or frustrated, because we all are guilty of that sometimes. And I ain't saying it to critique you. I'm just trying to help, because I had to learn that myself and figure it out myself. So that's why I'm saying it. And as I always say, remember to pray. Bye, guys.